I ain't done one of these in a while, but I think we got a good one here. 18 Ford F150 with that 2.7. Got the 2.7. It's got the twin turbos on it, one on each side. This one right here has a bad water pump. Here's my pool guy. So I need to get him back on the road so he can keep my pool clean. He called me up, he was leaking coolant. I looked at it, I said it looked like it's coming from the water pump. There's so much stuff up in there, you can't hardly see. I mean, it's a bunch of crap up in there. So I told him we're going to pick up a water pump. He couldn't find one at the parts stores. He got it from the dealership. Yep, he got it from the Ford dealership. Paid close to $300 for a water pump and a thermostat, which I don't think he needed the thermostat because I think it comes with the water pump, but the guy at the dealership couldn't confirm it if it came with it or not. He called me, told me he picked up the water pump. Then he called me the next day, said he had to put water in it because it all leaked out, and that the charging system light came on saying service charging system. I was like, uh-oh, that don't sound good. Sound like the water pump broke. And of course, looked at it, the belt was hanging off, and grabbed the pulley for the water pump. It's pretty much locked up, so I think it's sitting sideways in there. But we about to start ripping into this thing. I haven't done one before, so we just gonna go along together. There's a bunch of hoses to disconnect here, a bunch of hoses to get out the way. We got some piping. We're gonna get the degas bottle out the way, and yeah, so I'm gonna set you guys up on the little tripod thing here. Let me grab some tools first. Over to the truck. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need 10. My little ratchet I like to use. Get a battery for that sucker. Where's my little extension I like to use? That one there. We'll probably grab, I ain't got no more batteries around. I'll grab the impact driver just in case, and we're gonna need this baby here, the hose clamp tool, pliers. So let me get you guys set up, and then we're gonna start ripping this thing apart, because checking out the weather, I don't know how long we have before the rain comes. Look like it might be a good angle for you. First thing we're gonna do, use some pliers. We're gonna use some pliers on this one here. I'll get this hose off the bottom. Give that a little twist. Makes it free. There we go. Get him pulled back out the way. Get him off. Shouldn't have much for coolant in it because it all leaked out when he went to put water in it, and it was just running out as he was pouring it in, as he stated. I'll get this pulled back out the way. We're just gonna tuck it right there. We got a couple 10mm bolts here. I don't know if that's in frame. Yeah, it looks like it is. We're gonna get them pulled out. Oh, I'm moving too fast. Should be a hose up under here. Oh, that's a quick connect. Quick disconnect hose. I'll show you what that looks like. Let me just take you off So this hose right here, I know it's kind of dark in there, but it got a little quick disconnect here. You just pop this joker here up, then you can pull the hose off. So when I say we're going to be doing a quick disconnect hose, it's probably going to be one of those, and that's exactly what I'll be doing, popping up the tab or the spring or whatever it is and pulling the hose off. So we'll keep the pick handy close by. Pull the bolt out on this side. I'm going to take this, set it to the side. To the side for me is on the floor next to my truck. These right here look like 8 millimeters. No, they're smaller than that. I'll go with a 7. Turn down. 7. And there's one more here. Somewhere up in there. There's a good spot where I can't get it without a longer extension. How to use the long boy to get this one. There's a bunch of stuff in the way. We got those 3 out. We have over here a little connector here to pull out. I would think that might be maybe the air temp sensor, intake air temp sensor maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, it's just a squeeze type connector. Squeeze it, pull it loose. Let me get that out. It's kind of tight in there. Just pop it out. Get this off. Set that to the side. Get that off. This off. Set these to the side. Getting down in there. Let me show you what this mess looks like. Yeah, it's a mess up in there. That's the water pump pulley right there. Like I say, it's locked up somehow. We got a bunch of other stuff to get off here, out the way, before we can get to it. So let's keep moving. I could just rotate this out the way. Let's see. I don't feel like reaching down into that turbo. That should be pretty much out the way, I would say. We gotta connect. Yeah, we got a connector there. Let me get a tool for that. Couldn't find my short one, so I had to use the long one. Just a little tool to pry up these Christmas tree connectors, or bolts, whatever we call them. I'm gonna pull this out. That looks like I don't know, some other kind of sensor. Hose here. Use a pick. Oh, this thing is freaking giving me a damn problem. Excuse me, language. Okay. My first time messing with one of these clamps. Spider on it. So pretty much what you do, I'm gonna show you that one. Just figured it out for you. This was locked in on here, like so. So you want to squeeze these. You squeeze those and push them up, then it pops up. You can slide it off. Just figured it out for you, for myself also. Okay, what we have here. Let's just get this big hose out the way right now. We'll use the hose clamp pliers on that. Everyone knows how to use those, right? I think we know that. You just take the pliers, put them on the hose clamp, and you squeeze like heck. There we go, get it loose. I usually just that joke is hard as I don't know what. Let me try it with the pliers. See if I can get it to open up and stay open. Let me get some different pliers. Got to get your hose pick tool. Sometimes you need it to get these hoses off when they feel like they've been sealed up against and glued. Pretty much, you get it in there, slide it around, free up that hose. Slide it around the other way, and we should be able to come off. Easy peasy. Keep this up there. Probably gonna need it again. We'll get something. No, I know what this place is at. So we have here. Let's get. little step stool out. We'll get a flashlight too. Going down low. What do we have down there? Let's see. It's 7. Yep. 7. We have a long drive here. That's a 7 also. We're going to get this pipe out the way, this intake pipe. Which one it is, I don't know, I just know it's an intake pipe. Can't come up that way easy. Let's try the bottom first. No. I guess we did. To the bottom. We'll get him out the way. Look at that, they got some ridges on it to help seal. Pretty cool, neat idea, Ford. We're about 15 minutes in with the talking. Let's see. I think we can leave that. I don't know what the heck that is. Another intake pipe, we can probably leave that. Let's get these hoses right here out the way. Let's see, I can probably use this here. Goodness, that's in a bad spot, and I don't want to have to remove that. That pipe. Okay, this worked out. Just the pliers did a good job. We'll pull it here first. Break this seal. Pull it off here. Let me see if I can get in here and break that seal. Might be enough. Ouch. We get this tucked away, out the way. show you what I'm looking at in here now. Trying to hang the flashlight up for you. So I'm gonna show you what we're looking at. There she goes. That's the water pump. Like I said, it's frozen. It moves a little bit. Either way, it's a goner. All right. We have a bunch of bolts. This is the outlet pipe I was talking about. The thermostat should be in there, or the thermostat, yes, should be in there. And the new one comes with the outlet pipe connected already. So I would assume it has a thermostat on it already, but couldn't get confirmation from the parts guy at the Ford dealership, so we had to buy one also, thermostat. So we have this pipe down here. It's next to disconnect. This one right here with the light on it. This pipe here is coming up to right there. It's one of those quick connects, look like. Yeah, some type of quick connect there. So we're gonna get that off, and then probably go over the parts list, what he picked up, part numbers for you guys, and then I'm hoping the customer will be back with some coolant. I want him, when he show up, I don't want to be recording. He's got a real bad potty mouth. I can let it slip every now and then. He can't hold it at all. So I don't want him here while I'm recording. Let me try to get this off here. Got that loose. Check the other pulleys. We got 1, 2, 3 idler pulleys. Oh, okay, 2 idlers in the tensioner. I was about to say, ain't no tensioner on this thing. Check the AC pulley, that's good. That's it. It's got electric steering, so it's no power steering pump. Let me go in, inside the truck and get the parts. And we can look at those, see what part numbers are. Let's see. So let's start with the thermostat that I think we might not need. This is the Ford thermostat. Motorcraft part number. Can we get that in the picture good? It's a RT-1251 1X. And we got another number at the bottom down there. Okay. Now let's open up the goodie box. See what we have in it. Moving ahead of myself. moving ahead. Let's look at the part number here for the water pump for this big giant 2.7 liter PW-632-1X. I don't know, I guess it's 1X, it might be 1 times. I don't know if that's part of the part number. And you got a part number down there at the bottom. Another number, I should say, JT4Z-8501-C. Okay. Let's open this baby up. See what we got comes in it. They package it nice so it don't get hurt if you have to ship it. You know it's a Ford product, you don't want to hurt them. Package it real nice. It'll probably be $50 cheaper if they didn't package it this well. So let's see, this is the water pump. And looky there. Huh. Check this out. That's the bottom of the thermostat. Can you see that? Can we get that in the camera? That's the bottom of the thermostat there. All right. Look in here. The thermostat is already in. The thermostat is in already. So you didn't need to buy a thermostat. It's a freaking plastic impeller. You gotta be kidding me. That's Ford for you. But no gasket. Ain't no way in the heck they didn't send a gasket. Let me put you on pause and make a phone call. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have you guys set up in the right spot right here. I got my little thingamajig right here going down. It's coming out right here with the clamp. I'm gonna clamp the phone on it. And I think we should have a good shot for you guys right here. Let's see. So I had to pause everything while he run to the store. Well, I had to pause it while I make phone calls to try to find a freaking water pump gasket. Of course, the only place got it is a dealership. So he's on his way there to the dealership to get a water pump gasket that costs $4. Which I don't understand why it doesn't come with it, but it's not me. I'm not the dealership. I don't know if this hose right here is in the picture, in the frame or not, but we're gonna pull this hose off. So we're gonna use the clamp tool. Got some wet. Get the hose pick tool, break seal on it. Oh, get some liquid coming out. Get the hose off now. Yep. Shut it off. Get this tucked away. Still got a good, I think we got a good shot right there where I got you guys at. I'm gonna get them 3 bolts out for the water pump pulley. They look like a 10 millimeter. Let's see, yep, they are 10s. We're gonna use the impact driver on that. It ain't no good anyway. Oh, the battery comes loose on it. Let's pull this coolant pipe off. Those look like 8 mils. Let's get this baby off of here. Dropped one of the bolts and it fell in the frame, but I don't need it. See what that thermostat looks like. Up in there. Okay, what do we have here? This looks like some kind of oil cooler, I would think, or EGR cooler. So I'm gonna have to pull those bolts out. Oh man, I didn't know I was gonna have to mess with this. Okay, so I'm gonna pull those bolts off. Oh, that's gonna be a 10. Bolts with the EGR cooler coming off. Don't want to drop these. And let's start pulling the water pump bolts off. Don't know if we got this in the picture. All the bolts look to be 8 millimeter all the way around, and 110 down there for some reason or another. So we're gonna start with the 10. That one pulled off. Let me get my magnetic tray. Pop those in the magnetic tray so we don't lose them. Let's get the 8 millimeter put on. There's going to be 8 of them, the 8 millimeter bolts. I like to start from outer and go in. That's one. Two. That's number 3. Let's come over here now. Alright. I'm gonna get 4. Where we at? 5 down here at the bottom. That one's going to be hard to get to. Let's get this baby on there. Get the old ratchet on it. That's 5. Let's see where we at. 6 right here. This will be number 7. Got a little short prying utensil. Let's see if we can get it pried somewhere. A little pry it loose somewhere. Maybe here. Maybe here. Oh, feels like it's still got something holding it. Look like this PGR cooler gonna give me a problem. And of course, damn it, man. Okay, let's come back up to the top here. Hopefully we can get you guys set back up down there pretty good. We're gonna get this removed. We got a deep socket 10. I think it's a deep 10. Let's see. Yeah, deep 10. Oh my goodness. You gotta be freaking kidding me, man. Got a dead dragonfly. No. But look at this mess. Let's see. Look at this mess. So let's start with some clips, I guess. Where's my extra long Christmas tree tool? That's oversized for the job, but I can't seem to find a short one right now. Get that broke free. Let's get more. And I was hoping to be halfway putting this stuff back together, you know. Let's put this up here. Out the way. What do we have here? So you put a, oh, it just comes off like that. Sweet. Let's see, we get this right in like that. Nope, that's an 8. And of course, I can't get it with that one. Have to get a deep 8mm for that. Yeah. Come on. The problem is getting the bottom one loose. Maybe if I just crack it loose, I can swing it out the way. Let's see. Get this here out the way. And this one out the way. Okay, got that loose. Let's get, probably gonna need the ratchet. Save some battery. These bolts here, nuts out the way. How would it be all tight? Nope, that ain't gonna work. Let's get a 10mm wrench down here. So here's where I am. Trying to get these. I done got the top one out already. The top nut. I don't know if I should say. I'm working on the bottom. Can't get a deep socket in there with the ratchet because it's not enough space. So got to do it the long way. with that. Yeah, it spins, so that's probably enough. Hopefully. Hopefully. Now let's break these other ones free. Let me pause you guys. This guy's just showing up with these parts, so I'm gonna have to stop filming right now. Okay, that was a cluster. He came back with the. Let me show you what he came back with. This is crazy. He came back with this O-ring here. This is the new water pump. He came back with that. I don't know if that's like a coolant pipe gasket or something, but it's called a water pump gasket. Ford did not show a water pump gasket for this. He did not show it being one available. I had to go on the website and find it and give the guy the part number so he can look it up. Oh, there is a water pump gasket. Well, it's called water pump assembly gasket. So now he has to go way back to Ford to get that. So that's a big cluster. Let's see, we got to pull this hose off right here. These are just those quick connects. I'm gonna turn it this way. And let's get these two 10mm bolts out. There's one. And two. Now I'm hoping that we can move this enough without having to take the whole thing off. Hoping we can have enough play in this to get that joker out without having to pull the whole freaking piece off, because I have to go through a lot of trouble to do that. Let's see if we get the water pump to fall out now. Oh, look at that. Maybe, maybe not. Let me get you guys set back up in the other side, other spot. Let's see. Let me pause it for a second. Okay, we're back in action here. Let me get the light on. So let's see if we can get this joker pulled out now. Oh, man. Come on. He's going to get this gasket here. Let's get this dirt cleaned off. Old gasket came out with that. So we'll get a pick in there. Break that seal free. That way it comes off. This is what he came back with, this here. It already comes in the new water pump. Freaking Ford. Okay, here we go, we back. So we got two O-rings for the EGR cooler. That's what they look like. Hopefully these are the same part numbers. Yeah, just different size packaging. So inconsistent for Ford. So these are part numbers for JT4Z8527-C. I don't know what the 1X is for again. So we got two of those. That's for the EGR cooler. The bottom of there. What's going on right here? I already took the old ones off and cleaned it. And here's the dreaded water pump gasket that they said they don't show as having. Part number JT4Z6020A. And it's got a 1X on that also. Here it is. Let me get you guys set up so we can get to going. Back with this repair. Again, I hope this is a good position. because I cannot see the phone good, the screen, due to where I got it set up. So we'll start out with we're gonna start out with the O-rings. Put these O-rings on. We're gonna get a little coolant from somewhere, probably here. Let's see, I got the coolant hose here. Let's get it wet with some coolant. We'll put the first O-ring on. When we put it on the bottom. Or the first slot, I should say. And we'll get the next O-ring, wet that joker with some coolant. And then we'll be able to slide it up past the bottom one, or the first one, to the second slot. Now we'll get this gasket pressed in place. Let's see. We'll start at this corner slot right here, and we'll just work our way around. I'm hoping this is, let me turn the light on. I forgot to turn the light back on. We'll work our way around with the gasket. One piece at a time, one section at a time, a thumb width at a time. Get the gasket all in place. Let's get a little coolant on it. Don't really need it, but always good to lube some stuff up. And then let's grab the new water pump. We're gonna put some coolant on the coolant pipe. This thing right here. Hope that's in the picture. Let's see. This is that coolant pipe right here. Where's my hand at? Yeah, it's in the frame. So this is the coolant pipe. We're going to make sure that slides on good. So we're going to put some coolant on that, get it wet, and then we're going to get the gasket in the water pump, inside the water pump wet. Also, put some coolant. And we're going to wet the slot where the EGR cooler O-ring slide in. We're going to wet that and wet the O-rings again for the EGR cooler. So what we have to do here is we're going to try to get the EGR cooler put in first. Then we got to slide the water pump on these dowels. You got a dowel right here, you got a dowel right there, and make sure the pipe gets inside the right spot. So we're going to, if you get these dowels on, that should fall first. Then you get these dowels on and all the bolt holes should line up perfectly. Shouldn't have a problem. So let's get the EGR cooler in first. All right. And we're gonna slide over, rotate it, to that coolant pipe. And just kind of work our way. Well, it's hard to say. Nope, yep, we got it on. Now we just got to fit the water pump to those dowels. There we go. Everything should be perfectly lined up now. I'm just gonna hand tighten these bolts in. We're gonna start with that 10mm one first. or should I say finger tighten. Look at that. No one this way. Take these out of the way. And must be able to actually see up. We're just one around. Just down this, like here. Right here, so that first. Just move this. When I'm tightening these up, I always use the trusty ratchet hand ratchet, so I can feel when the boat stops turning, because I'm not torquing them down. I never want to reuse a boat that they stretched, you know, they torqued down originally and gave another quarter turn. So those boats are stretched. I don't want to do that again. You're going to end up breaking the boat. So I just get it tight with the ratchet to the point to where it stops turning. Go back up to here. That stopped right there. Go back down here. You'll feel when the boat stops turning. The bottom's out. And you just give it a tad bit more. That's it. This thing has rubber O-ring type gasket that protrudes out enough past the surface. So once that boat tightens, that's sealed. Just give it a little snug and just work our way around, starting from the middle going out. Have to pull the extension off of that. There's a short extension. Once the surface of the water pump meets the surface of the engine block, or that cover there, it's sealed. You don't have to go any further with that rubber gasket. See, you got to close this in the middle. Next. And you got to next. Stop it. So you this one. That's where it stops. There you go. That's all good. You got it. Just right here. That's almost. Oh, put that on tight. Right there. And we'll just go back and make sure everything was tight. Good. 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 Now let's get these this pulley put back on for the water pump. So get this water pump pulley put back on while we're right here. Get that out of the way. Got 3 bolts for that. It's a 3-bolt pulley. That's going to be a 10 millimeter. I'm going to use the impact driver. Okay, I think that's it for down there. Let's get you guys back up to this way. This angle, I should say. Sure as everything in the picture here, or the frame. Get something to hold that back. Let's see, we can probably use this old gasket, pull it back, hook it up to battery post. Get you over some more. Look like a good spot. See if we can remember how this went. We had 2 bolts. Here. We have 2 bolts here. I like to get them started. Everything lined up. I originally put this back in to hold this out the way. You can take it back out and put it back in the proper way now. We have a couple nuts here, one here, a couple nuts. I remember my little boy said he got some 3 years old, not 4 years old or something. I got some nuts. The funniest thing ever. Get this one snug down first. Sorry for the movement of the camera, but it's the only phone stand I have. I only paid $10 for it off of Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. It's about that tight. We get the deep socket and let's see the hand ratchet. Get these here tight. These have metal gaskets. I haven't had a problem yet reusing the metal gaskets on these, so I didn't want to go through the headache of having to find these gaskets and taking everything apart to get that top one off, because they don't just slide out. So these should be good reused. Snug them down. These small bolts, I'm telling you, they will break on you. You just want to snug these things up. That looks like instead of 10, that looks like it's going to be smaller. I can't hardly see. Now that looks smaller. So that's going to be an 8. That. Is it an 8? Come on. Yeah. Well, I guess I should have had the extension on it. It would help if it was there. Let's see. Now it's in the way right there. Should have tried with this extension, shorter. We can still see up. Are we in this angle? Let's see, where's the ratchet? Yeah, let me just get you up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So we just tighten up this EGR pipe. Exhaust gas recirculation pipe. Like I say, these bolts, man, these 6mm bolts, they will break on you. And let's get this bottom one here in tight. I couldn't get that one out. That's why I didn't remove the pipe. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This bottom one is in frame down here. So this one right here. So if I keep backing it out, it's just going to hit this intake and jam itself up. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to get it out. So that's why I'm not going through the headache to replace the metal gaskets. The metal gasket is this clip right here. That clip, the gasket clips onto the coolant pipe. But like I said, I never had a problem reusing those. So we're gonna reuse it also this time. Let me get that bottom bolt tight. There we go. So let me show you what I'm talking about. In order to get that bottom bolt out, I would have to take these bolts out. This bolt, you gotta, that's one, those 3 bolts, and we have some, probably a O-ring or a gasket or something up under there. We have this gasket, of course, and we probably have an O-ring inside here. Hoses, a bunch of stuff to disconnect, and more stuff to replace because we have removed it. So trying to change those 2 metal gaskets would have been causing a lot more to be changed. So I opted not to. Let's get back to the putting everything back together now. So we have up here, oh, let's get that nut on there, get that tightened up for this bracket. I'll just use the wrench. Now let's see. We have, this was here. This looked like it goes there. Self-explanatory. This locks in here. This goes into there. Lock these down. This goes in here. This goes into here. Make sure we have everything done up there before we move on. Let's see what we'll do next. Get this out of the way. What's this? Let's try routing the belt on there. I don't know what the routing diagram is. I don't have a routing diagram. We have a tensioner down there though. I know which way that goes. I can look like I can pretty much guess how this belt is gonna go on. That tensioner looks like a 17 maybe. Let's see. No, I'm wrong on that. It's probably gonna be a 16. Let's try the 15. Let's try the 15 while I got it. Yeah, it's a 15. Just like I said the first time, it's a 15. I like using these long flex ratchets, wrenches, I'm sorry. They work pretty good. And the tensioner is gonna go swing this way. So it gives me an idea of how the belt goes. I would think it's gonna go around the air conditioner, the AC compressor. Then between this idler and the tensioner, down around the crank pulley. We have another smooth pulley right there, that idler pulley, so it's gonna go on the outside of that like so. All right, then we have the water pump. Gonna go, that's just groove pulley over it and around, and then it should come on the alternator, which is grooved, so it'll go around it. I think this is how it's going. I think it looks like it's going to go this way, but let's see. Not sure if that's going to be enough play into this tensioner pulley. Let's see. No, could be doing something wrong. Let me pull it off here first. Let me go around the alternator. Up off there. And let's try to get up under it here. Man, that's tight. It's a tight fit. Wondering if we got the right belt. I might have to pause and look up and see if they gave the right belt. Because that stops right there. There's no more play in that. And this belt is not going on. I literally will have to pry that belt onto there. Make sure it's in all the grooves. Everything looks good. Or let me see back there. Yeah, all that looks good. The crank pulley, alternator, water pump, everything looks good. So let me pause you guys and look up a diagram, make sure that's right. And then if it's right, let me look up the belt. I'll bring you back. Okay, I looked it up. It is the correct belt. It is the correct belt routing. So I'm gonna have to force it on somehow. I don't want to mess up this, damage that pulley, so I'm going to use my plastic trim tool. Let me try to get this in a position to where it'll be out the way. And then locked on there like so. Yeah, I locked it on there. I can try to pry this belt on here now. Why it's got to be so tight, I don't freaking know. There we go. It's on. Let's get this. And that's no play in that. It's got to be the freaking wrong belt. There ain't no freaking play in that at all. Goodness, let me shine the light down there. Make sure everything's on properly. Good there. We're good all the way around. And this belt literally is the max. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's get this snapped in. We'll wait on that. Let's bring over this here. One of the water pump pipes. I don't know if that's in the frame. Goes on the bottom of the water pump down there. It just snaps in place. On the water pump coolant pipe, I call it. I heard it click in. That's good. Feel snug. Let's see what's next. That would probably be out the way. Let's pull these hoses here around. So this one would go here. This one would go here. Making sure everything's right. This is still going to go there. What we're going to do, the top water hose first. Okay, so let's get these on. I recall using the needle nose for this one, because I couldn't get in there good. So we're going to use the needle nose to get it put back on. Make sure it's behind the ridge, the clamp. Show you what I'm talking about. You got a ridge right here. You want to make sure your clamp is in between here. Closer to the ridge would be better, but in between there is good. Want to get a good seal on that. Now let's move to this one, which we will use the radiator hose clamp tool. The lifesaver sometimes we call it. Try a different angle. Let's try. I shouldn't have pulled that off, maybe. Let's try from up top here. Let me get this out of the way for a second.
darn thing go anymore. Can't get it to close anymore. Let me try with the good old trusty pliers here. They have a little more bite to them. Oh my goodness, I have to deal with this. There we go, man. Phew, got it to lock open. Now it should go. Goodness. Let's just get it closed here. You get them to lock open like that, you gotta try to get them pried off like so. It's just gonna go. I think that might be a good spot. Let's get this hose here on to be sure. Let me wet the put some coolant on it. Oh, something. So this one goes here. This is going to go there. So when that goes there, yeah, that's out the way of that clamp. Let's lock this one on. That one's locked. That one's locked. Since I'm in this position, I'll just use the pliers on this hose. Same thing with this one. Get it to release, I just get a screwdriver. Pry down in there, it goes. Oh, let me go back. It's too far down. Get it up there. So got tight, got that one tight. This goes on the bottom of the coolant reservoir, degauss bottle, whatever you want to call it. What else we have? We got this one here. It's gonna go here, and let's make sure this pipe goes over the top. This is, I think so. Yes, that'll be over the top. So let's get this one here put on. Let's get the pliers. Nope, we don't need the pliers. That one's already locked open. Don't need the screwdriver for that one. Let's get that joker over to the spot. Pry it open like that. Get that one on. So we're getting closer to the end. Let's see what else we have here. Let's get you up out the way. And we're going to get this piece here put back on now. Remember, there's a 7mm hose clamp that's going to be tight. It requires a 7mm to tighten on the bottom, and there's one on the top. Can't show you the one on the bottom because of where it's at. I can show you the one on the top though. After I get this pulled back again. We just gotta fight this to get it on. It's all the way on at the bottom. If the bottom is completely on. Where's the plastic tool? Just get that in there like so. Fight this finger down. Or it's a good idea. This one is giving me trouble. I think I might have it now. The camera was in my way. Couldn't get a good angle on it. Let's see. Come on, baby. Yeah, there she go. Knew it'd go. Okay. These was finger tight, I remember. Now these little finger ratchets, they come in handy. I think I got it from Harbor Freight. Just gonna snug it up by hand. Didn't mess with this one, but make sure it's tight. And get the one on the bottom down here. This is where this ratchet comes in handy at. This one on the bottom is in a difficult location. Okay. What's next? What's next? Come on, YouTube, what's next? Let's get this back into position. So what we have here is goes like so, I think. Yeah, that's how she goes. Got little tabs right here. Hope that's all in the frame. Let's see. Yeah, it's all in the frame. We got little tabs right here on this seal. coupling, so you know where to go at. Same for the one down here. And oh, I'm gonna do that. This one doesn't have one. So we get this locked back into place. This connector here in so I don't forget it. We have a connector here that needs something in it. Gonna be this one right here. Got a little Christmas tree tab that locks in. And then where are we? Some kind of little air tube right here that needs something. What would that be? What would that be? What would that be? Over here? Yeah, so I messed up. Let me get this pulled out. So I'm just gonna get on the other side. It's supposed to be in this position. Lock it back in. I don't know if you can see that. Push that in. Lock it. Let's tighten these up. Got 3 of them. One, 2. This one down here makes 3. The good thing about these new vehicles, the newer vehicles, is everything falls in place. Like this hose will fall right there, the other end will fall where it needs to fall at. You know, this will fall and lock in. Back in the day, man, old school, 70s vehicles, 80s, you got all them vacuum hoses and vacuum lines and stuff, man. It was just a vacuum hose that's laid down across the engine next to another vacuum hose, next to a spot. You have to remember what goes where. You know, was this hose right here on the left or was it on the right? Good thing about these, it pretty much falls in place because everything's bent and routed to where it has to go. Let's get the cover put back on so you can hide that big mess right there. We got a vehicle over here backing and moving forward and backing. That's where the noise is coming from. So we have 2 nuts, one here. And one on the end of here. The other one goes down in there. It's kind of hard to get it in there if the nut just falls off. So I'm going to show you what we do. We get something that would wind up on the motor somewhere. Something like a leaf. Put it on top of it. Press it in. Rip the rest of the leaf off. mount won't fall. You can put it down in there where you need it, tighten it up, pull the socket back off. Wham bam. The little piece of leaf that falls down in there isn't going to hurt anything. It's nothing more than what's already falling in there. All this other crap that's on the motor. Oh, look, it came out with it. Let me tighten this one up. They only need to be hand tight. Nothing special about them. Let's pull it back. Let's get the coolant bottle, the overflow tank, the coolant reservoir, the degas bottle, whatever you want to call it. It's locked on. Hopefully that's a good view. Just push it in. It's got a tab right here. Cut out the top and the bottom. Just let it. The tabs. That way you can't screw it up. It lines up perfect. Get it line in. Push your lock down. That's tight. Get this lined up here. Bolts put in. And tighten those also. That's a perfect model. Hopefully that vehicle in the background ain't too loud. This one around, it goes here. Look, I was trying to put it here. That's what I was saying about you can't screw it up. I would have had to go like this and put it there. But it goes here, clearly goes here. Lock that in, put this one here. And let's find the one that goes there. It's lingering around somewhere. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Tucked in right here. Put it in. Let's get the pliers. That locked in. This one here. Locked in. Cap open. Start with some coolant. Get some coolant in. This is for Ford 2011 and up. Put in there. Get another one. Let's see if she's gonna start up. Might need a jump. So we have a no start situation due, or no crank I should say. No crank situation due to a dead battery. Get out our jump box, hook it up to the battery, positive to positive, negative to negative. Turn it on. Let's see if she starts up now. She starts up, no problem. Look like we are according to the jump box. Alternator is good. It's charging at 14.2 volts. So we'll disconnect this and let it charge itself. And let's get back to putting coolant in it until we fill it up. Something ain't right, something ain't right. I heard some noise down there. Coming from the fan. Trying to get the air out of the system. I don't know what that noise is. Slowly going away. We're gonna leave it to the max line as we fill it, let it run, bleed itself out. And we'll keep adding coolant as we need it. This was a long video, probably one of my longest. It actually took longer than what's on video because, you know, I would stop, pause the video, do some research, problem solving, troubleshooting, and then replay the video. So let me show you this truck. This truck belongs to the pool guy. 2018 F-150. I don't know if they had the aluminum body on it then, but yeah, belongs to the pool guy. See the rust? The last truck he had was a 2007 F-150. It was so rusty, the bed rusted out on it. The fuel tank strap rusted, dropped the tank to the ground. I had to go by, get a ratchet strap on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. And liked it, and the folks that didn't help and didn't like it, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. I try to reply. I try to be nice. If I did something wrong, let me know. Just don't tell me about torquing them bolts, because I wasn't going to torque them. Guaranteed not to leak. Thanks for watching though. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000. And we'll see you on the next one.